Hello everyone, welcome to SIUK India webinar. Thank you for joining us today. We are now live with University of Hull. Today we have Emma with us who will let us know more about this special webinar session. Over to you, Emma.
Hi, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for having me here with you, and thanks to SIUK for organising this session. It's always a pleasure to be back in India, and I can't wait to be there in person very soon. So my name's Emma. I'm the recruitment manager for South Asia and the Middle East and North Africa. I've been working at the University of Hull for 4 years, specialising in South Asia and doing lots and lots of trips into India. I've been in the higher education industry for a long time now, nearly 16 and a half years. So I have a lot of experience, and I hope I can pass some of that over to you today. Now, in our presentation today, we're going to talk about the University of Hull, and we'll be doing a Q&A at the end. So if you've got any questions, you want to know more, please do ask away. Now, to start with, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the university and then talk a bit more about the subject areas that we offer, and then go into kind of like where we are and a bit more about who we are as a university. So we are nearly 100 years old. We are very, very close. We were founded in 1927. So we've got 6 years to go, and we'll be 100 years old as a university. And we're very pleased to be the UK's 14th oldest university in England. Now, in the University of Hull, we've got approximately 14,500 students, and over 1,000 of those are international. Now, I have to say that has been in previous intakes. In the current intake, coming up in September, we will have a much higher number than 1,000 international students. I think we're going to be looking at getting on for maybe 1,800 to 2,000 international students. This is really going to change the dynamic of our campus and how we work as a university. And we're really looking forward to having so many fantastic and really amazing international students studying with us this year. Now, as a university, we've spent a lot of money on our campus and facilities, making sure that our students have got the best environment to be studying and living in. Now, one of those places is our Allen Medical Building that was the winner of the Guardian's University Awards in Buildings That Inspire. So we have some really amazing buildings on campus, some new, some old, some refurbished. And I'll talk a little bit more about those as we go along. Now, over to us as a university and what you can study. I think it's really good to kind of like start here to give you an idea of where you could be looking, what you could be looking at studying with us as a university. Now, we're set up in 4 faculties, and this is more about our management structure. It doesn't really impact you too much as a student and what you choose. Now, you can see all of the subject areas on the slide here in front of us, but actually I'm going to take you in a little bit more depth into those particular areas. So first, into our Faculty of Arts, Culture and Education, and lots of different degrees that we're offering at lots of different levels. So you've got the School of Arts offering things like drama, game design, graphic design, film and media studies and music, lots of different degrees at both undergrad and postgrad level there. Now, the website has got all details. So if you want to know more specific details about these courses, do go and look there. Now, the School of Education has lots of different teaching degrees. So for undergrad level, you've got degrees where you can learn to become a teacher as an international student. In the UK, we have lots of MAs, whereas if you're already a teacher and you want to explore that further, you can do that through our MAs as well. Now, our Department of Criminology and Sociology has some fantastic degrees in both of those areas. You've got the Department of Languages and Philosophy, where they're looking at degrees like TESOL and also philosophy as well. We have our Department of History and the Department of English and American Studies. So if you're thinking about maybe doing an English literature degree or creative writing, then that's a really great department to consider at the University of Hull. Now, this team, the guys in this faculty, they'll be looking at using some of our amazing facilities, such as our Middleton Hall, which is a concert hall, seats 400 people. It's got really amazing industry standard recording and rehearsal spaces. And also, if you're, say, coming to study business, but you're a musician in your own right, you can also use these facilities too. So really, really amazing spaces for our students to be using. Now, on to the Faculty of Business, Law and Politics. They look after our business school, Hull University Business School, which we know as hubs, and they have a massive amount of degrees and lots of combinations of those degrees at undergrad level. So you've got accounting and finance, business and management, economics, logistics and supply, marketing, human resource management. So all of those different subject areas are taught within our business school, and as an undergrad student, lots and lots of combinations in those degrees as well. So if you're not quite sure what particular area you want to go in, and you're not sure if you want to specialize particularly, you're thinking, well, maybe actually I quite like to do business management and marketing, not a problem, you can do that. We have an amazing logistics institute as part of the business school as well. So they do lots of research out in the world. So looking at it, not just from an academic perspective, but also how it affects business. So it means that it's a really great subject to be studying at Hull. Now, at master's level, you've got lots and lots of different degrees in there that are what we call a conversion degree. So it takes you from being a different background, say maybe an engineer, you want to do management, you want to know more about that, then you can go and do our business management masters. Or if you've not studied accounting and finance before, and that's the area that you want to consider, you can go and apply for that too. The same with marketing and logistics and supply chain as well. So lots and lots of really, really interesting subjects there. Now, the School of Law is one of the oldest in the UK. It was actually formed when we as a university were founded in 1927. So they've been there a long time, and some really, really amazing degrees there. Now, if you're an undergrad student, you're considering law, then our LLB law is recognised by the India Bar Council. So a really good programme to have a look at. Now, the School of Politics and International Studies is one of our top schools within the university. They have amazing links into UK government, and a lot of our students who come and study in the School of Politics and International Studies are looking to go and get a placement during their studies in UK government. Is one of the reasons why they choose to come to Hull. You've also got some really unique courses in there, things like war and security studies. You've got British politics and legislative studies as well. So some really, really amazing courses at undergrad level. Then some specializations in master's level, things like strategy and international security, and also international politics. So some really, really fantastic degrees that you can be studying. Now, let's have a quick look at the accreditations that we hold within the business school. So the business school itself is double accredited, so it makes it one of the top 2% of business schools in the world. It has the AACSB accreditation and also AMBA. We don't have an MBA for international students at the moment, but as a business school, they do have that AMBA accreditation, and it means that they are giving you an amazing business education while you're studying here at the University of Hull. Now, you've also got other professional accreditations, things like Chartered Institute of Marketing. If you're doing a marketing degree, you've got things like the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply and the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Logistics and Transport, which is really great if you're looking at doing supply chain management. Really good qualifications to have. You've also got things like ACCA, CIMA. You've got the CFA accreditation, so if you're looking at accounting and finance degrees. And then there's things like the CIPD if you go into human resource management. So lots and lots of accreditations on our degrees within the business school. And one of the key things to look out for when you're choosing to study and where to study in the UK. Now, into our Faculty of Health Sciences, lots of big range of different subject areas in here. So health nursing and midwifery is one of the really big school departments within the faculty. So we teach a lot of our local nurses in Hull, who then go off into the wider community. And they also have some specializations in things like operating department practice and paramedic science. So we're actually training the next generation of paramedics in our university. As a university, we also have a medical school, and our medical school is partnered with the University of York, which is about 40 miles up the road from us. And the medical school itself is centred in the two universities. Now, on the university campus, they're based in the Allen Medical Building, and you just see the picture of that on this slide. Now, there we have an MBBS, at undergraduate level, and then there's a whole different range of research study that you can do as well after the MBBS. And then there's a small number of master's programs that you can do, so things like clinical anatomy, pharmacology and drug development. We've also got the physician's associate studies too, so like a really good range of degrees that will take you forward in a medicine career. I have to note though, it is one of the most expensive things to do in the UK, but obviously you get that amazing experience and also the chance to then be working in the UK NHS. Also within this faculty, you've got the School of Biomedical and Forensic Sciences, and they teach both of those subjects at both undergraduate and postgraduate. Now, I'd say at postgraduate, if you want to study this in the UK, this is a really popular subject. We only have 30 places at master's level, and they do fill up really quickly. So I say to any student interested in doing biomedical science at master's level, apply really early. And that would go throughout any university across the whole of the UK. Now, you've also got the area of sports, health and exercise science. And for us, this is one of the growing areas. We're really lucky to have undergrad degrees in that particular area. You've also got sport and exercise nutrition. We have physiotherapy undergrad degrees as well, and sport rehabilitation. At master's level, we're really lucky to have the only cancer rehabilitation degree in the whole of the UK. So this is unique to Hull. Now, this programme actually looks at you coming from a medical background, either having done sport and exercise science, maybe physiotherapy, occupational therapist, and looking at working with patients that have had cancer or have cancer and supporting them through the journey that they go on. You've then got a similar degree in cardiovascular rehabilitation. And obviously, as we know, the numbers of people with cardiovascular disease around the globe is going up, as much as in the UK as in India. So a really fantastic degree to consider, and something that's always going to have amazing employability behind it. And then we also have our clinical exercise physiology. We know at the moment that actually exercise science in India is really growing. Lots more people are using the gym. They're not just and they're doing exercise for the sake of exercise. So it's a really interesting degree to consider if you're in that field. Now, we've also got psychology. So we have the clinical applications of psychology at master's level. Once again, a really popular degree. Get your applications in early. And also social work as well. So we have both undergraduate social work and postgraduate social work. Really tough degree to get into, really small number of limited places, but worth doing if you want to go in that direction. Now, these students have some of the best facilities that we have on campus. They are part of our health campus. So they're within the Allen Medical Building. We have a simulated operating theatre, hospital wards. There's an intensive care unit. There's also there's a paediatric unit as well. So really amazing real life facilities to be looking at and using, but in a study environment. So really fantastic way to be doing your studies. Now, we also have fantastic facilities for our health and humans performance lab as well. So if you're looking at that sport and exercise science, really good place to be looking at. Now, the Faculty of Science and Engineering houses all of our science programs, as you would imagine. So it's physics, maths, chemistry, biochemistry, lots of different biological, environmental degrees. And these are both at undergrad and postgraduate level as well. We also have geography and geology. We're one of the top institutions in the UK for this particular area. We have some really amazing earth sciences. We've got some master's degrees in renewable energy here, really good geography programs as well. So this is a subject area that you want to consider studying at either undergrad level or master's level. Hull's a really great place to consider this. For chemistry, we actually hold some really amazing awards in chemistry, and we're an institute that was part of the creation of LCD technology. So every time you've got your mobile phone, it's got that screen on it, Hull is behind the LCD technologies. Now, within engineering, lots of different types. You've got chemical engineering, which sits in the department by itself. Then you've also got the electrical and electronic engineering. We have mechatronics. We've got mechanical engineering. We've got biomedical, lots and lots of different types. In there, as specializations at master's levels, we've got things like energy engineering as well. So if you're really thinking about what you're going to do after your undergrad students, then we've got some really great options for students too, and some amazing undergrad degrees in there also. Now, within computer science, there's some really good degrees that give you all of the information you'll need as a computer scientist, which you can do through a computer science or advanced computer science degree at master's level. And then for those students that are really interested, we do have an MSc in data science degree at master's level. Once again, limited number of places. And when I say limited, this year we've taken 200 students, high number of applications. Get your applications in early, secure your place as soon as possible. Now, these guys have some amazing facilities that they can be using. The students who are doing things like games design, they have access to the Hull Immersive Visualization Environment, which is Hive, where they can build 3D environments and also like virtual realities as well. There's a Fab Lab, so no matter which of those areas you're in, if you want to be using that, they're a great place to go. And we're also very lucky to have one of the best supercomputers in the north of England. And as students from lots and lots of different subject areas, you will have access to be able to use Viper, our supercomputer. So even the business students can have access to that as well as anybody within the Faculty of Science and Engineering, if you have a need to be using it. So really, really amazing thing for us to be having. That is built on the basis of us having a really amazing physics and astrophysics department. Now, on to a little bit about our geography. So to give you an idea of where Hull is, not many people know in the UK, so let alone if you're overseas. And it's sometimes worth looking up where different cities are on a map. What you have to remember, though, is UK is a very small country, especially in comparison to India. So you'll see that Hull looks a long way from London. In reality, though, it takes 2.5 hours on a direct train. If you take the interconnecting trains, it takes 3 hours. So it's still really, really easy to get to London, do a day trip there, come back, you know, on one of the last trains. I've done it a few times now, and I really, really enjoy doing it and going seeing those amazing sites in London. Leeds and York are an hour away. As I said, we partner with the University of York with our medical school, and the University of York is just over an hour away by train, and the same with Leeds as well. Great places to go out and be tourists and also to go shopping. Manchester is 2 hours away. It's where I always fly in and out from when I'm going to India. Even if I'm going via London on a BA flight, I always fly from Manchester. Really, really easy to get there. So it's 2 hours by taxi. We are going to be doing our airport pickups this year from Manchester and also from Humberside. So Humberside is just south of the city of Hull. However, Humberside Airport tends to be KLM Schiphol flights, so therefore not always the most affordable to get into India, but they are available. Also, what those airports, so Humberside and Leeds, do is they mean that as a city, we're very well connected to the whole of Europe. So if you want to take that chance of being in this part of the world and getting out and seeing kind of the wider environment of Europe, we're a really good place to do that from as well. Now, the city of Hull is fairly small, especially in comparison to Indian cities. But when I say small, I mean a population of 260,000 people. So that size city in the UK means that we actually are very friendly. And also as a city, we're much more affordable just because of our location and the way that things work. We're very lucky that we're a very affordable place to be. I live in the city. I live very close to the university campus, and I have a really great life here. Now, city centre is great for shopping, lots of activities. There's things like cinema and bowling, different museums and galleries, and some really amazing restaurants to go and get food and drink. We also have a marina just out on the edge of the city centre. So there's lots and lots of different places where you can go. And there's also some amazing places to get Indian food too. I do know of a couple of really, really good restaurants to get Indian food from. My favourite area is the waterfront. It's the marina, just really lovely on a really sunny day. Maybe like today, I wish I wasn't working. I could get down there and actually explore a bit more. Then you've also got the student district, which is closer to campus. Lots and lots of things going on there. Lots of international supermarkets, places where you can pick up, you know, kind of like your international food, like different herbs and spices. great little shops, great restaurants as well, great places to go out and hang out. So you don't have to go into city centre. Now, city centre is 2 miles away from campus. It's actually really close. However, we have our own district all right on our doorstep. And the student district from campus, which you can see on this picture here, it starts from a 5-minute walk. So it's very, very convenient. Now, this is our campus, and I'm going to bring up the label so you can see where all the buildings are. And it's compact. It's really compact. So my previous office is down in where it says International Office at the bottom of the screen. And for me to walk over to the library would take me 5 minutes. So it's very, very compact. Now, the accommodation that's on campus is all about 5 minutes walk from the library too. So very, very easy to get around our campus. And our campus is beautiful. It is very old buildings from the late 1920s, early 1930s, which is a really great architectural style in the UK. A lot of them have ivy growing over them. So it's a really amazing place to be walking around. What I love most, though, is on the outside, it looks very old, very traditional. You go inside, latest technologies, which is what you want from studying in the UK. Now, the university campus itself is a really great place to be. It's got everything that you need. So you're going to have your lectures, you've got the sports centre in there. You'll be able to get your tutorials, your lectures, get some lunch. You've got the library right in the middle. So all in there, all in there. We've also got a nightclub on campus too. Now, campus itself, for those of you a little bit worried about kind of like, especially if your parents are worried about security, so campus is monitored 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So we have a security team there all the time. Then we've also got some really amazing on-campus accommodation that's also got 24 hours a day security as well. So if you want that support, it's always available for you. Now, to give you an idea, I said to you earlier on in the presentation that we'd spent £300 million, and I want to give you an idea of where we spent some of that money. One of those places is in our sporting facilities. So we have an amazing new sports hall, which is big enough to have a basketball court out, 3 badminton courts, and the cricket nets up at the same time. So it's a really big space. We have 2 gyms. We have this one that's in front of us, which is the high performance unit. And then we have a standard gym, which has 120 workout machines. So really, really amazing place to be. Our library was refurbished in 2015. And I have to say, although it's 6 years old, it still looks very, very good. It's been kept in very good condition. Now, our library is open 24/7 during term time. You'll be able to go in there. So if you're living in accommodation on campus and you're like, do you know what, I can't study in here at the moment, I need a different environment, go to the library. The same as if you live on campus, you can come in, use the facilities, not a problem. You've got really great Wi-Fi all over campus as well. There's lots of different spaces in the library to be studying in. So there's kind of like open environments like we've got in the picture. You can also get like some smaller kind of like group workouts where you can be a little bit more noisy and kind of like talk to one another. Great place on campus is the cafe. And also we have an art gallery. It's not open at the moment because of COVID, but I'm hoping once we get onto campus, that will start to be open again. A really nice place to go and chill out and kind of have a little stroll around. Now, our library is not just a physical space, it's also the online facilities that we have. So we have amazing access as students and staff to the online library collection, and you can access that from anywhere. So you can be at home, you can actually be back in India, you'll be able to access different books and journals and periodicals online as well. You can book them out. So if we hold the hard copies, you can book them out and then take them home as well. So lots and lots of different resources there. Now, I've talked to you a bit already about accommodation, and each year we always have an accommodation guarantee. As long as you apply by the 1st of October, then we can get you into on-campus accommodation. It's always a single bedroom. There's different types though, so you can either have a shared bathroom, your own bathroom, so ensuite, or you can have a studio apartment where you have all your facilities in one room with a little ensuite on it. You can have a 1-bedroom apartment, so you have your own bedroom, separate bathroom, and then separate living area. Or we have that kind of like more communal space where students would be having a shared kitchen. These are the most beautiful accommodations that I've seen. I've seen a lot of different university accommodation in my time, and I have to say some of this is really, really good and really great places to see. Now, we've also got virtual tours. So if you want to have a look at what campus looks like, have a look at the virtual tour. It will show you the accommodation. You can also see more about the teaching spaces and the other environments as well. There's also a great private sector, and I'll give you an idea of private sector costs in a moment. Now, these are the prices for the students who will start in 2021. So Westfield Court, which is our newest accommodation, starts at £135 a week, goes up to £215 a week. At £215 a week, you will be looking at a 1-bedroom apartment. The same in the courtyard. In the courtyard, you'd also have a rooftop terrace balcony as well. And Taylor Court is our cheapest accommodation for postgraduates at £140 a week. It kind of differs, varies depending on what type of student you are, depends on how long your contract is and things like that. So it's worth checking out the website and getting the full details. Now you can see the price of accommodation here for living on campus. Now, I want to give you a comparison to living in local private accommodation, and we have a really good private accommodation sector. This starts from around £70 to £75 a week. Now, at that rate, off of campus, you're looking at a single room, shared bathroom, shared kitchen, but all bills included. You can get cheaper. So I've seen accommodation this year for about £50, £55, but bills were additional. And I say to every student, get your bills included because you don't know how much you're going to spend. So it's a really, really good way to make sure that you cover all of your costs. Now, one of the amazing things about the University of Hull is we are partnered with the British Olympic team, and I'm sure a lot of you out there were watching your Indian Olympic team, and I know that you managed to get a really amazing gold medal for one of your sportsmen. We were really lucky as a British team to walk away with, I think we walked away with something like 28 gold medals in the end. So we were really, really pleased. And it was amazing to watch. I watched a lot of Olympics during the 16 days it was on. Now, as a partner of the British Olympic team, our students have been involved in a lot of events running up to the Olympics. And this wasn't just for students interested in sport. This is for students interested in things like marketing. So the marketing people from Team GB came to meet our business students and took them through a marketing project. There was also an opportunity for our computer science students to be involved in a project with Panasonic Japan and look at that. Now, we are going to be partnered with Team GB right up until the Paris Olympics, so as another 3 years. So there'll be lots of different opportunities for students there as well. One of the other great things that the students got to be part of when the British Olympic team went off to get their kit. So if you watch the Olympics, you know that they'll always be wearing like the team outfits. The team from Hull, so it was students, went off and actually helped the British athletes get their clothing that they would need to be wearing whilst they were away on their Olympic journey. So that'd be a really cool thing to put on your CV. So if you love sport, if you love the idea of it, you don't have to be a sportsman in any way, shape or form though to be part of this. So a really, really great opportunity for you as a student, international student, to be part of something that's very, very British. Now, on to what we do as a university. We make sure that we support you, not just in your academic studies, but also within like your life as well. And the things that we do are things like look after your well-being and mental health. And this has been really important during the COVID pandemic. The situation's been very different and not everybody has coped with it very well. And we've been there for both our students and our staff. Now, we've got an amazing immigration team. We have disability advice. We have learning support. We have the skills team. You've got your academic support as well. And you've also got a careers service. And I'll give you a little bit more in-depth information about that. So academic support, you've got the team, the skills team in the library that are there to help you with your studies. So coming to the UK, obviously, it's a very similar system to India, but there may be some nuances. And if you want to make sure that you're fully set up, going to meet the skills team, finding out how they can help you will really support you with your academic journey. Now, careers team, I know a lot of you will be looking at thinking about getting a post-study work visa once you graduate. And obviously the aim is that you can be working, and the careers team will be helping you with that journey, and they give you lots and lots of support. A lot of it is one-to-one, so it's really worth booking it in, meetings with them and working out what's your best way forward. The visa and immigration team are there to help you whilst you're in the UK, but also before you arrive as well. So if you're going to apply for a visa to come to the UK, you're not quite sure what to do, then they'll be there to help you every step of the way. And they're really, really good. They're very knowledgeable. They can help you with any of the queries that you will have. Now, as a University of Hull student, you will be part of the Students' Union. We are very lucky to have an amazing Students' Union that support our students with lots of different things. The main one that we always think of Students' Unions doing in the UK is looking after our sports and societies. So we've got 100 different clubs that you can join, lots of different things that they would be doing. So it's not just all about sport, it's also about meeting people and sharing different, learning new values and sharing your current values with people as well. They'll be there to help you develop your skills for the future. They organise a lot of events during Welcome Week. So it's a really good way for you to meet people, not just from India, but from across the world. So it's always worth finding out what the Student Union are doing during that time. And they also are there to make sure that every student has a voice. So if you are worried about something, maybe something hasn't gone right academically and you're not quite sure who to turn to, Students' Union are a really, really great place for that advice to start with. Now, you've heard all this amazing stuff and you're like, I want to study in Hull. How do I get there? What are they looking for in terms of entry criteria? So these are our entry requirements, and don't worry, these are all on our website, so you can find this all information there. We will take students who are coming onto a bachelor's degree with CBSE or ICSE 12th with a minimum grade of 70% in your top 4 subjects. We're also a bit flexible with this during what we call clearing. So when we get to this time of year, we can see how many spaces we have left on our courses, and if we have availability, we can lower this grade. So if you've just got your 12th, then it's not quite as good as this, but you might still like to consider Hull, give us a call today and we can see if we can give you an offer. Now, we take lots of different state boards onto our first year. This is just an idea of some of those that we take. We do take every state board. So you've got a few different options there. Now, if you're a master's student and you're thinking, I'd love to study at Hull, then I would say you are too late for this year. Unfortunately, our places are almost full and our applications closed several weeks ago. However, if you want to apply for 2022, most of our degrees are looking for the equivalent of a lower second class 2-2, which for you as a student would be 50% coming from an Indian university. So it can be a 3-year degree. And depends on subject area, depends on what you've done, what degree you want to do and what you've done. All of it is detailed on our website. So on to our English language requirements. Now, we always ask for an English language test. We don't accept MOI. So you would need to be supplying our details about your English language qualification. Now, we take some state boards and some central boards. So CBSE, ICSE, we'd be looking at a 75% grade. Sorry, a 70% grade if you come from CBSE and from ICSE, and that's even as a master's student as well. If you've done Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, then we're asking for 75, and if you're coming from Maharashtra State Board, then we ask for 70. All detailed on our website, so if you're not sure, have a look on the website. You can always send us in an email as well to our student inquiries team and they can answer that for you. Now, if your state board doesn't come on one of those, there are some other English language tests that we take. So one of them is IELTS. So it's a 6.0, 5.5 in each skill. We accept things like the Oxford International Test, which we ask for a grade of 5. So it's a B2 plus overall, B2 in each skill. We accept things like PTE academic, TOEFL, so a whole different range of English language qualifications. And all of those are published on our website. Now, I'm just going to take you through how to apply to the University of Hull. If you're looking to apply for 2022 entry, so if you're here today and you're thinking, don't want to study right now, I want to study in the future, then you apply through UCAS, and ucas.com is the website where you start to apply for the University of Hull. So have a look at our website first, get details about the course you want to study, and then start your application on UCAS. Now, if you have an agent that you're working with, so if you're with SIUK, please do contact them and their team will be able to help you make a direct application to us. And all of the supporting documents that you have will come into admissions at Hull. Now, as a master's student, we have an admissions portal, which is available from our website. So this is a screenshot of our website. You can see within there, there's that apply now square. And then you send in your details on that portal there, which is great. You will be able to upload your supporting documents onto the portal. Once you get your offer, if you get any conditions, you can upload them back into the portal. So our portal is really the place to be. It will really, really help you with your application journey. And SIUK will be able to help you with that as well. So do ask them for full details, and they'll also take you through the documentation that we need as well. Now, we do publish this all on our website. However, it's always great to get an agent's opinion about this. Now, over to our tuition fees. Now, at the moment, we haven't confirmed our tuition fees for September 2022 at the moment. So I'm going to give you an idea of what the fees are right now for this September intake. So undergraduate students are £14,800 per year. So that's for things like our arts programs and also our non-laboratory based science degrees as well. So we have things like a BA in geography that would come under this fee as well. Now, students who are doing science, engineering, lab-based programs, then these come in at £17,550 per year. Now, we do have scholarships for those, and I'll tell you a little bit more about those in one moment. Now, for students doing a master's degree, our international students are now paying the same fee as our UK students. Now, this looks like it may continue for next year as well, but we haven't set the fees yet, so I can't tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you. But keep an eye on the website. If you're signed up with the University of Hull in any way, then we will be sharing those details as soon as they are available. So for students this year who are doing a humanities degree, a law degree, a politics degree, they're going to be paying £7,850 for the year. The science and engineering degrees come in at £9,000 for the year, and business programs are £9,600 for the year. Still waiting for confirmation, as I say, for 2022, but have a look at the website. If you're looking at this at a later point, do have a look at the website, and we will eventually have our fees for 2022 entry published. Now, on to the scholarships. So for our undergraduate students, any undergraduate student coming to Hull, if they are from India, will be getting quite a good scholarship. So if you're an art student, so if you're doing business management degree, you'll be getting a scholarship of £1,000. If you're a science student, engineering student, then you'll be getting a scholarship of £1,500. And as an Indian student, you also get our World Bank discount of £2,000. So you're either looking at £3,000 scholarship or £3,500 scholarship. Now, the other thing to add is this is per year. So any undergraduate students starting in September this year, and we do still have places available, will be getting a scholarship of either £3,000 or £3,500 per year. So either £9,000 in total or £12,500 in total. So really, really worth having a look at this and seeing if Hull will be the place that you could come and study. Now, because of our lower level fee for our master's programs, there are no scholarships available. We may be offering some great scholarships in the future for Indian students, but watch this space. However, we do only have a limited number of those. We have been able to offer one great scholarship this year, which will be a full tuition fee waiver because of the value of our fees at the moment and the value of the scholarship. And we may be doing the same in the future. So watch out for the scholarships that are available. So thank you for your time today. It's been great to be here with you to give you some amazing information about the University of Hull. You can contact our teams at global@hull.ac.uk. This is our phone number for international students to call in, and also have a look at our web pages and find out all of that fantastic information. So we now have time for a Q&A, and I'm hoping that the team at SIUK have managed to get some great questions for me. So thank you once again. I look forward to hearing from you all.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you for your such a knowledgeable presentation. So we are now moving towards the Q&A session. The first question students want to ask, do you provide internships or part-time job assistance during the course?
Absolutely. So as an undergraduate student, you are able to sign up to do a 4-year bachelor rather than just the standard 3-year bachelor, and then do a 1 year of placement as an internship. You can also do an internship during your holidays as an undergrad student as well. And there's an amazing team within the business school specifically for the business students. And then for the students in other subject areas, they can actually go directly into the Career Centre. Now, if you're a master's student, we only have one built-in program with an internship in business management. However, you're going to have that opportunity for post-study work. So careers team is the place to go if you're looking for internships, for working while you're studying. So for student jobs, they can also look at professional student jobs as well, and also for work once you graduate as well.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. Do you provide scholarships for Indian students opting for master's study?
Okay, so at the moment, this year we had one scholarship. Because our fees are set at such a low rate, matching UK students, that we now have limited funding to be able to support lots of students. So what we're offering is, rather than just scholarships for everybody, we just offer everybody from all around the world as an affordable opportunity as possible to study in the UK.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. Winter course available for Masters of Electrical Engineering?
Okay, so from September 2022, we will have a Master's in Electrical Engineering available. So it's Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Have a look at the website. This intake for September now is closed, and we don't have a January intake. So our next intake that is open is September 2022.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. When is the visa deadline for students coming from India?
Okay, so if a student is coming for this intake, in terms of visa, then they just need to get their visa application in as soon as possible. We have a specific deadline for, we don't have a specific deadline for issuing CAS at the moment. We will keep going for as long as we possibly can on a student's individual case-by-case basis. So we want all of our students to have an unconditional offer by the 6th of September this year. So if you're still outstanding, your conditions needs to be cleared by then. But in terms of CAS, we will keep issuing CAS while we think a student can still arrive on time.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. What is the employability rate for law postgraduates? Is a post-study work visa available after during LLM?
Great, thank you. We don't have individual graduate employability by all of our courses. However, I can tell you what it is for international students at the University of Hull. So all international students at the University of Hull, undergrad and postgrad, is at a level of 97.8. So that's really high. Now, in terms of getting a post-study work visa for an LLM for 2 years, not a problem. So you would be eligible to apply for the post-study work visa after studying an LLM at Hull.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. Do you have January intake? Can I defer September application to January?
We do not have a January intake, no January intake at all.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. What IELTS score I need for a marketing undergraduate course?
6.0, 5.5 in each skill.
Thank you. The next question. Is there housing available for students by the university?
Okay, so on campus there is, on campus rooms we have, I think it's just under 2,000 rooms on campus. If you don't want to pay campus prices and you want something a bit more affordable, then you have the local private accommodation available as well.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. Can you please tell more about IELTS score, admission process, and scholarships?
I hope that you've just seen the presentation and I've covered
Yes.
everything in there. So I think that question might have come a bit earlier in the presentation. So have a you'll be able to rewatch this video, have a look, and it'll have the details for you there.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. Do you accept students with a gap of 5 years?
Yes, as long as you can explain what you have been doing during those 5 years.
Thank you. Can I apply for this September 2021 intake? I think they're already late.
So if you're an undergrad student, yes, phone us today. A phone number is on the website, or you can actually make the application on the website. If you are a postgraduate student, no, we closed about 4 weeks ago.
Thank you, Emma. The next question. What is the graduate placement rate of the university?
I've just said it's at 97.8% for international students.
Okay, thank you. The last question. Do students passing from A level have to give IELTS?
Really, really good question, actually. No. So if you've done 3 A levels and you have a grade E minimum in each of them, then that is one of our English language criteria. And as long as you have that, then not a problem. So if you've done your A levels and you meet our grades, which our tariff point entry is 80. I can't remember for most subjects. I can't remember what grades that would be. I think it's like CC, I think it's CCD. Do give us a call, and there's no requirement for additional IELTS.
Thank you, Emma. So I have covered all the questions from the chat box. Thank you so much for answering all the questions. And now we are moving towards the end of the seminar. Do you want to say something in the end or put forward something for the students?
Absolutely. Just to give you a quick idea of the COVID situation in the UK, I know that students ask all the time, what's going on? What's the rules? What's the regulations? How do I cope with that? One of the things that I would say to you to do is to look over the UK Gov website. It has all of the rules and regulations about coming into the UK as a student coming from an amber list country. So keep an eye on that, and it will give you the full details of what the expectations are for you as a student. Contact your university about how they're going to support you as a student coming from an amber list country as well. So we'll be having things like airport pickups. We've also got support for students who are staying in accommodation. There'll be opportunity to have free a quarantine period, depending on when they're arriving. So there's lots available for students out there, and each individual university will be dealing with it in their own way, and contact them directly and their teams will be able to tell you. At the moment, COVID situation's looking good. It's a little high in some places, but those numbers fluctuate. They seem to go up and down. We're doing very well in terms of getting our populations vaccinated. On the news a couple of nights ago, they were saying that 75% of the adult population in the UK now has had a COVID vaccine. And that what they're starting to look at is also the booster vaccines as we go along. And as an international student that has paid the international health surcharge, you'll be able to get that booster session as well. So make sure that you register with an NHS doctor when you arrive. And that will mean that you'll be eligible for that. So things are looking really good. Life is slowly returning to normal. I know things are starting to return to normal in India as well. So we're really, really looking forward to having our international students with us in the UK very, very soon.
Thank you, Emma. We have 2 more questions from a student.
Okay.
The student want to ask, it wouldn't matter if we did a A-level from India, right? Like, would we still have to give IELTS?
No, it's fine. As long as you've got the A-levels, not a problem.
Thank you, Emma. The next question, is there a pickup facility from London airport?
So we're still in the planning of London airports. Because of our distance from London, it becomes harder for us as a university to do pickups from London, and we're looking at that opportunity. Our pickups at the moment are just from Manchester and from Humberside. You might be able to get a connecting flight from London Heathrow to into Manchester. It's not very easy to fly from the other London airports of Stansted and of Gatwick into Manchester, though. So it might mean that you're better off taking the train, but we will be providing support. Our arrivals team are working on different ways to support students. So do get in contact with us at the arrivals email. If you're not sure, contact into me directly or our inquiries team, and they'll be able to help.
Thank you so much, Emma, for your valuable time today. Thank you all the students who are watching us right now. We will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Please feel free to reach SIUK offices here in India anytime, like if you have any confusion related to anything. So Emma, we have one more question. Yeah, actually two more. The student is saying that sorry, he joined late. So he raised this question, want to know about supply chain management, if there are places available, and if yes, when can we start the process, and also on tuition fees.
Okay, so logistics and supply chain management at master's level is closed. You can now apply. So applications are already open for 2022 entry. All the details are on the website. Tuition fee is not set for 2022 entry. Keep an eye on the website. If you apply now, as soon as we get those details, we'll be sending them out to you. So you get in the offer that the current tuition fee is 9,600, and as soon as it's updated for 2022 entry, we'll let you know what that fee will be.
Thank you so much, students, for joining us today, and please feel free to contact SIUK office as I just said. And thank you, Emma, for your valuable time today, and thanks for supporting with this seminar.
No worries. It was a pleasure to be with everybody today. Stay safe, look after yourselves and your families. And we're really looking forward to having our vibrant campuses back open with full of our international and UK students very soon.
Take care all. Take care, Emma. Bye-bye.